Baby, quarantine like. Hey, that's me. I got a cocktail. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Mm-hmm. Some mojito. Baby, that's it. That's it. Hey, what's up? I give no fucks. NMG Kano 4 International Dino Dub the Barber. What's up, y'all? Yes, it did. I'm gonna open my beer too, because I might as well double fist it. Hey. Yes. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? Yes. You already know what it is. It's Throwback Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, Turn Up Thursday, the Liberia Podcast Thursday with me, the one, the only, Ike with the mic, aka the Potty Mouth Princess. And let me just tell you, the week has been a week. And I'm not going to tarry too long because it's already 9:06. I've been running on CPT. So I ain't going to tarry too long. That's what the old folks say back in church. We ain't going to tarry long. What's up? Good job, Thor. So I'm going to just open up with something funny. It tickled me. It tickled me on this week. What's up, 615 Sino? It tickled me on this week. So Tory Lanez took to Twitter. And for those of you that don't know who Tory Lanez is, he is a musician. He is a rapper, most popularly known these days for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. But Tory Lanez, if anybody is familiar with his music, this tweet that he posted, it made me chuckle. It made me chuckle. It came to a surprise. So he tweeted, "It's crazy. Music hasn't actually been sticking lately. Like, all our favorite artists' music is not lasting with us longer than 4 to 5 months. Real music must come back into play. Real emotion, less repetitive and redundant." Now, this was very confusing for me and probably for those other folks that know Tory Lanez and is familiar with his music. Just because I don't think I've ever heard like an original Tory Lanez song. Like, Tory Lanez is most popularly known for doing a lot of features. He also is known a whole lot throughout his career for like remixing some shit that we used to bump in the 90s. Like remixing Don't Walk Away with like goddamn Genuine So Anxious and then throwing T-Pain on there. Like Tory Lanez, what are you talking about? Music is redundant. What are you talking about? You are the king of doing music that is somebody else's music. So I was quite confused. I was quite confused when Tory Lanez said that. But you know, who knows? Maybe I gives no fucks. I fuck with Tory Lanez. You know what? It's not the problem of fucking with him. Like for me, some of his music is a hit, some of it is a miss. Me, the only issue I've had is how do you get on Twitter and then have a problem and talk about music being redundant when I've probably only heard 2 or 3 original songs from you. Everything else has been definitely full of features and full of goddamn snippets and samples of our old school shit. Like he did a whole album with Pretty Ricky on there, and Pretty Ricky is 2000s. Like, that's not even the 90s. To relate. You don't even make like redundant. You don't even make music that's not redundant. So for me, it gave me a chuckle of the week. That was my laugh of the week, you guys. No, I don't think Soulja Boy be doing it. No. Now Soulja Boy is a lot different. Soulja Boy, we got to give credit where credit is due. On this hip platform, I can't stand Soulja Boy personally, but on this hip platform, we give Soulja Boy his roses. Because Soulja Boy innovated and started a lot of things that the guys are doing now. A lot of, the movements of, especially like that social media thing and really being discovered and found on the internet. Soulja Boy started that. So we gotta give him his credit. Getting into our next topic for the evening. Facebook will now be known as Meta. Now, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But at this point, Mark Zuckerberg said, I'll do what you want. I'll do what you want. Like, so I'm not really sure why he's changing it. I'm not really sure. And as I'm here, I'm Facebook, now known as Meta, has adopted the new moniker based on the sci-fi term metaverse to describe its vision for working and playing in a virtual world. I'm not understanding why, like, Facebook has been Facebook for many, many moons. He's rebranding. It also comes after the company has dealt with a barrage of news reports over the past month, stemming from whistleblower Frances Haugen trove of internal documents. So I'm going to be honest with you. Anytime you see rich white people changing names and trying to do like drastic shit, black people already know it's some shit going on that he want to move his money because somebody is about to sue him and they about to get that money. So I don't know if it got something to do with Trump, because if we remember, Trump was pissed when the girls kicked him off. So I don't know if it got something to do with that, but it's always some stuff in the water when you start seeing rich white people make big moves like rebranding Facebook. It's been Facebook since forever. It's been Facebook. So I'm interested to see who's going to go to jail behind this, because somebody is going to go to jail. Somebody is going to be a Dateline story. Somebody is going to go to jail, and somebody is going to have good news media behind this. And I can't wait to talk about it, y'all. I don't know what Mark Zuckerberg is doing, and I'm definitely thinking that it ain't got nothing to do with Boosie, because Boosie been on his ass for a while for kicking him off Instagrams, and they connected. So I don't know. Boosie might have sued him. Boosie might have got a class action, because he's been pissed. Okay, so we gonna see. We gonna keep our eyes and ears to the streets to see what is giving. For those of you that have not seen Michael Myers' movie Halloween, and it's funny that I say that because I seen a post on Instagram saying like black folks call Halloween Michael Myers. People call Freddy Krueger movie Freddy Krueger, but it's not Freddy Krueger. It's I don't even know what it is. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. I would have never knew that. I would have never knew that. So it's funny that I say Michael Myers movie but shit, he's the star. He's the star. He's the face of the place. He's the man on the case. Okay. So, we're just going to call it his movie because it's just like we call Tyler Perry movie. We call Tyler Perry, that Tyler Perry movie. And then when Tyler Perry is not being Tyler Perry, he being Madea, we say, the Madea movie. Period. That's just what we say, okay? We got to shorten it up so we can remember it, okay? But fictional character Michael Myers is critiqued and criticized and called homophobic after killing a gay couple in the movie. I'm sorry, that was a for those of you that have not seen the movie, it is like a spoiler, but it's okay. So I was very confused. Like I felt like this was a bit of a stretch, not even a bit, a lot of a stretch because Michael Myers kills. He's known to kill. Like shit, he ain't give a fuck. Like in all of Michael Myers' years, Michael Myers been trying to kill his sister. Okay, that's his flesh and blood for years. Okay, in every movie, he killed his mom and his dad and his brother. Michael Myers don't give a damn if you homophobic, if you suck dick, if you don't, if you lick on cooch, if you black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're Spanish, if you Michael Myers don't care. Like what are y'all talking about? Michael Myers killed his own family. Okay? He don't care if he killed his mama and his daddy. He for damn sure don't care about well, I'm not gonna kill them because I stand with the community. Oh, y'all dead too. Shit, you better be feet. That's what you better do. You that scared. Y'all that were okay, well, y'all need to learn how to be feet. Okay. Y'all been marching a long time, but a stone wall and stuff, you better learn how to move a little quicker. Okay. It ain't too many black folks he get because baby, we be feet. Okay, honey. We be feet. We don't play. So it was funny when I seen that because I was like, I think that's being like hypersensitive because Michael Myers is a movie that's been coming out since the early 80s or late the early 90s or late 80s. And he been killing all his life. Like, so it was interesting. Moving forward, Howard students, Howard University, HBCU located in the DMV area. Their students are doing a sit-in after unlivable conditions. Now, they are talking about there's mold, there's rats, there's roaches, some of everything. Okay, it's unlivable, is what they're saying. You know, especially with the tuition. So a portion of me being someone that has attended HBCU, a portion of me felt like this is a conversation that could have been had with administration. But another part of me feels like that's something that they probably did and it just didn't go over well. And so I'm a little bit disappointed. And I'm disappointed just because I know HBCUs. I'm very familiar. And in attending one, you realize that a lot of the conditions that you may get at a PWI are not the same conditions that you would get and live through at an HBCU. And I definitely understand that there is definitely a big financial difference between the PWI, which is a predominantly white institution, and the HBCU, that's a historically black college or university. So I understand that there is a big difference, especially when it comes to alumni, comes to donations, when it comes to grants, when it comes to tuition. And honestly, not really in tuition because I paid more to go to a HBCU than I did if I would have stayed in Illinois and got like the Illinois going to a college in my state. So I definitely think that HBCUs have historically cut costs when it comes to their students' living quarters, when it comes to their students, like their necessities of what they need, and they invest a lot of money into what's most popular on campus and what people go for, which is most of the time the football team and the Greeks. Those are the people that make a lot of money for them. So I am definitely proud to see Howard University students, go Bisons, um, step up and stand out and really force their hand, because hell, college is expensive. It ain't free. Like, it ain't free, okay? Unless you're super, super smart or you're very, very athletic. Then, okay, you ain't got a gripe. But like, I paid. It was expensive. Like, it was expensive. Still paying, okay? But that's to Great Lakes, and Great Lakes ain't gonna get their money. They better, baby, they got to get it out the mud. I'm not studying Great Lakes. Anyhow, um, so shout out to them, Howard University students, for doing that, because they need to. You know, it's at times it's hard. So just recently, Jada Chavez. No, before I say Jada Chavez, Young Miami and Santana went live. Speaking in tongues. I love Young Miami and I love Santana, but I have to be honest with y'all. Is it English? Like, is it English? Is it like Portuguese? Is it patois? Is it like, if you've ever sat and listened to Young Miami and Santana talk, what is it giving? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I understand what they're talking about. I'm not sure if I know what they're talking about. So who knows? Nevertheless, with translation, I believe what I heard is Santana asked Young Miami, who would she choose? Would it be DaBaby versus Lil Baby? And Young Miami responded with a choo choo. And for those of you that don't know what a choo choo means, it's a train. Like, it means the both of them. Like, they're brothers at this point. Like, both of them. I'll get both of them. Jada Chavez, who is most famously known for being the baby mother and ex-girlfriend, on again, off again with Little Baby, not DaBaby, not to get confused with DaBaby. She responded with child please. And I was confused because, like, what is the given? Are they dating? Are they together? Are they not? Are they, like, I just don't think that was Jada's place to speak, especially when we don't know if they're friends. And I'm sure they're probably cordial and cool because they go out to a lot of events and, you see some of the same celebrities. But I don't think Jada and goddamn Young Miami are booze and buddies. Furthermore, it's just a standard of young ladies in Hollywood that is that age group. Like, there is the Young Miamis, the JTs, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Doja Cats, the Normanis, the, Lori Harveys, the Reginae Carters, even her girlfriend, Taina, or whatever. It's that group. And they have like their thing going on. Still young, still vibrant, still fun, still in the club, still kicking it. But like, they doing something. Then you have like the Aries and the Jadas and like all the rest of, like, that's more of like the baby mama crew, if that makes sense. And it just like, I really don't see those girls really being like the best of buddies. They're not. I don't think that, and that's not to take away or put on for anybody. It just like, it just seemed like they're in two different places in life, So who knows? Nevertheless, I felt like Jada should have held her tongue. It wasn't that deep. Moving forward into some more news, DaBaby is now claiming DaniLeigh's daughter, which is his daughter, we assume, at this point, because he was going baby on baby. So yeah, he's doing that, and he did that, and doing both of those things. Um, he now posted saying he has to take care of his three daughters and his nieces and nephews, all looking up to him. Now, here's the tea. I was perusing the Insta chat today, and on the Insta chat, I seen Mimi. And for those of you who don't know who Mimi is his first girlfriend from his hometown, his first baby mama. You know, they've been on again, off again. She is pregnant. And I can't see Mimi being with nobody else. So I don't know if that's the baby's baby, or if, like, I don't know if he's trying to keep up with Nick Cannon. I don't know. But here's the thing. We like Danny. We don't give a damn about we like Danny. We don't give a damn about Yellowbone. Danny is our friend. Yellowbone go somewhere else. And that's just what it is. And I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't have as big of an issue. I wouldn't have as big of an issue with DaniLeigh, if she wasn't much of a troll to me. Like, she gives me troll vibes. Once she did that whole, like, Yellowbone is what he want kind of song, it was almost like you was trying to say that because you knew his baby mama was dark skinned. After that, the vibe was not vibing for me. And DaniLeigh, she had put a bad taste in my mouth. Nevertheless, she's a single mother like many other single mothers these days. And that's just what it's going to give, from the baby. Moving forward in other news, because it's going to get real juicy this evening, honey. And I'm watching the clock. Okay, I got 30-something minutes on the clock, honey. So let me go to this. Little Fizz goes on stage at the Millennium Tour to apologize to Omarion. And rightfully so. So for many of those people who don't know who Omarion and Little Fizz are, they are former members of the famous, popular, most important, most illustrious boy band of all time, okay? B2K. Boys to Kings, period. I'm such a clown. And they will be here in the Chicagoland area tomorrow. That's neither here nor there. That's just something that, just in case there's anybody watching that want to get tickets for me, they'll be here tomorrow. In the evening. They'll be at the United Center at Wintrust Arena, actually, to be exact. Okay, I'm done. Okay, moving forward. So if you don't remember, Little Fizz had previously started dating and sleeping with Omarion's baby mother. And the reason why I said sleeping with, because you can date without sleeping with somebody, and you can sleep with somebody without dating somebody. So I have to be clear on both ends, because they were doing both. So with them doing both, he was not happy about it. And rightfully so. Omarion never really embarrassed the man. He never really got disrespectful to him. He never really did much. What he did was he just kept quiet, because he like, this is the mother of my kids. This is like, he was a true king about it. But we later found out that B2K would not be on this tour, which just came up. And a lot of us believe that it is in large part due to the fact that he was sleeping with his baby mama, like the group broke up. You messed up the whole group, Bread, because you out here trying to be nasty and you trying to do some dusty, dirty stuff. So he got on the stage and apologized, and it seems sincere. And so I love to see that they're back together. Not really together, but just like, they brothers. They were childhood singers together in the same group. So that was cool. Moving forward, Big Frida. Anybody who don't know who Big Frida is, Big Frida is a New Orleans bounce artist, widely known for a lot of her music that is played at every gay club across the country. Okay. Big Frida was stopped and asked about Boosie. Big Frida says she doesn't think, and I may be misgendering Big Frida, and I do apologize. Big Frida says that she doesn't think that Boosie is homophobic because in Boosie's new movie, My Struggle, he has a lot of gay folks. She just thinks that he has a problem with Lil Nas X. I also think Boosie has a problem with Lil Nas X. I also don't think that Boosie is homophobic. What I feel is that Boosie has a issue with feminine energy. And the reason I say that because there are a lot of guys who'll say, I don't care about you being gay as long as it ain't sissy like, or as long as it's not extra, as long as not. But then if you keep in mind and pay a lot of attention and close attention to those same guys who say that they don't care if a guy is gay as long as it's not feminine, as long as it's not this, those same guys, you want to pay attention to the relationships that they have with specific people. And I'm going to go down the list for you. You want to pay attention to the relationships that they have with their mothers. Pay attention to the relationship. Pay attention to the relationship that they have with their sisters. Pay attention to the relationships that they have with people like their girlfriends or their baby mothers. Because a lot of times, I apologize, a lot of times when you see those relationships and you really take heed and watch them, you'll realize like, it's giving something very kind of disrespectful when it comes to women in general. Okay. And so when they see men like that, like Lil Nas X, it's not really so much that they're homophobic. What it says more to me is that they have an issue with female and feminine energy. Okay. And that's just what it's given. And that's what it's always going to give about Boosie Badass. Still like your music. Still listen to it. Still trap to it. Was trapping to it last night. But I just think that Boosie has some unresolved issues with his mother and how he was raised. Or maybe it was a specific woman that put a bad taste in his mouth. I don't know. But that's what it's given. That's what I think about it. Moving forward, because I got 20 minutes to hit it and quit it. OTF Duty. So for those of you that don't know what's going on and who OTF Duty is, just like I did not, OTF Duty, let me, hold on. Duty, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. OTF Duty Low, okay? OTF Duty Low. OTF Duty Low is an artist that is signed to Little Durk's Only the Family record label and is accused recently of sexually abusing his girlfriend's 5-year-old son. Bree said, let me tell you something. The woman, his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend at this point, took to social media. And I don't know who started the social media back and forth, because now I'm looking and I'm seeing that he has said a lot on social media. I thought she was first, but I am seeing that he has said a lot on social media. So this young lady, she posts about what has happened, and then she has clips of her son, who is 5, speaking and talking about what has happened. And so in the conversation, you can hear her asking him, like, what happened? Tell me the truth. It's okay. Like really trying to, I don't want to say coach him, because OTF Duty Low used the name coach. He used the word coaching the baby. And I don't want to say coaching, because he used it in a term of like where she gave these words to him to say. And I don't think that's what she did at all. So this mother has realized that for the past 2 months, her son has been having bowel problems. She said so much so that she had to get him a pamper, because he has just been like just pooping on himself. She said, and she's been really upset with him because he's 5. So he's well potty trained. He's she said, and she was not thinking that there could be anything else that is wrong. And here's the problem where we go wrong as parents. You know your child. You know your child's rhythm and their movements. You can't get so out of tune that when something go different, now it's, oh man, you messing up. So she admitted that she was angry because like potty training is something they've done long ago. And something like pooping on himself, he has not done in years. So she was like, getting Pampers and stuff for him. And some way or another there, he was talking about the ex-boyfriend. And in conversation, she realized that her son had described to her being sexually abused with screws. So this grown man has I think what she said is he put screws in the baby's behind while he was at the house watching the child. She said that she had always felt comfortable to leave him with Duty, aka David. We're gonna call him man David. And so that there was never an issue with leaving him there. And she was very surprised now finding this out. The girl talking looks distraught. She looks like a mother in distress. And so for me, in reading a lot of the comments and seeing a lot of the stuff of people that commented under there, to say like she's lying, or like even if you got a problem with her because she's an Instagram model, or because she has dated this rapper guy, or this 5-year-old baby, you think this 5-year-old baby is lying? You sick. This 5-year-old baby through tears, tried to explain, and honestly, not really vividly, but enough for you to understand, like, oh, he done did something to that, enough. And so what bothers me is that people are so quick, always so quick to jump on the side of the abuser and say that somebody is lying. And this is why a lot of women be scared to come out and say, hey, that man molested me. Or this is why a lot of kids be scared to talk about old creepy ass Uncle Marvin, who used to drink beers and sit in the back. Like, this is why a lot of people are scared to say things, especially in the Black community, because it's always, well, that little girl is fast. Well, That little boy ain't had he ain't had no reason sitting on his lap anyway. Or that what how are you as grown folk holding a child accountable for somebody else's actions? Furthermore, why is the abuser not interrogated, okay, and held accountable? That man did it. And they can't tell me nothing else different. That man did it. That man did it. He did it. There have been, and let me just tell you this. Let me just say this. There are people that own daycare centers. There are people that work strategically and specifically with children. There are people that have 1,000 kids. There are people that don't have kids, but they're always with people's kids. And there are not allegations that come up against them about kids. Like, it is very possible, because I hate when people try to throw out well, people just gonna say anything, you're around kids long enough. Or people only throw that stuff out because y'all is nasty. Y'all do nasty stuff. There are nasty, creepy people out here. That's why you need to watch your kids and watch who the fuck house you send them over to and who you letting watch them, okay? Because ain't man watching that. Ain't man. That's a mess. Let's go a step further. Watch your kids as friends and family and siblings and cousins. And like, you have to. This new age of parents have gotten so lazy and so comfortable with just letting lolly-dolly and any old body be around, hang around, spend time around, spend the night, kick it with your kids. I don't know where this new and I'm not saying new generation like my age. This generation is a new generation. There's a generation after my mama now, because Rosa did not play. Did not play. Who else? I don't give a damn if it's your Auntie Margaret. Who gonna be over there and what they gonna be doing? My daughter going over there, I got to go to Pizza City. It's just a different level of parenting and a different level of protection that parents had around their children in. And I definitely understand that times have changed. I understand that work life has changed. I understand that there are a lot of unprecedented things that have happened in our family structures and things. But for the love of God, if you have children, I would go even as far enough to say, I would be wanting to know who my children kicking with. Who are they calling a friend? They got a cell phone. I'm in there. What is we talk about? We buddies. For your child to be left alone with this man, I know you trust him. That was your boyfriend. And I felt so sorry for the girl, because she was talking and she was just like, honestly, I thought it was cute that he wanted to be around my son. And I thought it was cute that my son loved him and wanted to be around him and was like apologizing to him and this and that. Just think of the type of therapy and how much money this little boy is going to have to spend in therapists and trauma management to combat this nasty old rapper man. And he couldn't be that good of a rapper, because I ain't never heard him on the iPod or the WGCI. I ain't never heard him. So he couldn't be that good of a rapper, because I ain't never heard him. Just to change up where was I? Because I guess I'm just trying. But anyhow, I'm just wrapping up by saying he needs to go to jail. I'm voting for the death penalty, but I do hear that we no longer give the death penalty anymore. But I just feel like people, when it comes to kids, kids fight, kids. You ought to burn. You ought to burn. That's a 5-year-old baby. You ought to burn. You ought to burn in hell. You ought to burn. I definitely also think that he needs therapy himself, just because I'm always fighting my better half. So it's two sides of me. It's two sides of me. There is a real um eager, real aggressive, real cuss you outside. But then there is a what's up, Liquor Talk Podcast? What's up, Van Dash Media? What's up, Just Jug Man? There's a real aggressive side of me, but then on the other side, there is this more mature side of me that's almost 30, that understands therapy and understands like trauma. And so a part of me wants him to burn. Like he need the death penalty. That was a 5-year-old baby. And the trauma this little boy is going to have, and what he's going to have to deal with in getting older. But also a part of me is like, well, what kind of trauma was inflicted on this young man at an early age for him to do something as heinous as what he did? So, that's it. That's all. Moving on to my next topic, which again is going to ruffle a few feathers, but it is what it is. I don't care. So, Tommy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and this is again back on the parenting, you guys. I apologize, but this is what's going on in the social media and in the news outlets, and so this is what I'm talking about. So, Tommy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta goes live showing her daughter that stole her car while she was out of town and wrecked it. The daughter was also very disrespectful, and this is a relationship that we've seen many times that has been strained, that has been like, I think Tommy and her daughter cussed each other out back and forth on social media. I think it would, and so let me say this. Again, don't take my opinion for the word, because I don't got children. Okay, I don't got children. But from my experience of seeing parents and having parents and seeing other people with parents, you get what you put. You get out what you put in. Okay, you get out what you put in. And I can only just talk about the relationship I have with my own mother. In it being something that was rocky, but not really rocky. It was teenage. It was teenage. You go through your teenage years, you get rebellious, you do different things. You do, but there was always a level of understanding, like, this is my mama, and if shit go back ways, I may not tell her the full truth, but I'm gonna tell a piece of it so that she can fix it, and I think that a lot of parents, like, now get older, and like even Tommy with the relationship she has with her daughter and talking about how disrespectful her daughter is and how she's giving her everything and she's doing. But your daughter and her, they back and forth in their arguments. The daughter talked very heavily about how Tommy was not emotionally available for her, how Tommy never raised her, how Tommy didn't, And so when you hear kids that talk a lot about that, there is a level of accountability that parents have to first take to understand, like, hey, maybe there's a place that I dropped the ball. And maybe this is a moment to say, I apologize. And whether you forgive me or not, there is an apology that I owe you truly and sincerely, because I've done you a disservice. Now, what that means for our relationship in the future is just what it means. I don't know. I think even further than that, is I see a lot of people discuss about the relationship, because even Tommy in the situation talked about how, you know, it's so ironic how other daughters got relationships, other mothers got my other friends got relationships with their daughters, and I can't even kick it or do what I with mine because she out here stealing, she doing it. Um, your children are always a reflection of you. Okay. Your children are always a reflection of you, and they are your best mirror. They're your best mirror. Your children, and I don't know, I ain't no therapist, I ain't no, but your children are a mirror of who you are. And a lot of times you want to have them mirror your better self, but that's not always who they're going to mirror. That's not always who they're going to pick up. And a lot of times it's based on what they've seen, what seeds have been sowed. So for Tommy to do a lot of talking, and I've seen it even in my own relationships where there are people that don't have relationships that should be as solid, but that is due to the fact that we spend a lot of time trying to put on a facade. And then when it comes time for that child to be an adult, it's like, oh, mama, my daddy ain't teach me nothing. I had to go get this on my own. I had to learn this on my own. I did, on top of not having the love, on top of, and so I think that there is some accountability that needs to be taken. Getting even in a more funnier topic. So Jada Pinkett Smith, we know she has Red Table Talk. And people have been dragging my good girlfriend Jada all across the social media. On Red Table Talk, Jada says, she talks about why it's hard to maintain a healthy bedroom life with her husband. And the internet ate it up. The internet instantly went to the fact that Jada was in the news more recently, earlier this year, about being with August Alsina. The media instantly talked about how Jada is talking about sex with Will is bad, and instantly went to that. So I took time to listen to it for myself. And for those of you folks that don't know, I'm going to fill you in on a little piece of tea so that we can understand from each other, okay? Because this is each one teach one at this point. Jada Pinkett Smith, who is 50 years old, was discussing how to maintain a healthy bedroom life. Okay, so we're going to simplify it. A sex life, a healthy sex life with her husband, who is also in his 50s. And she was discussing this on Red Table Talk with her mother, who is Gammy's 60-something, almost 70. The guest was Gwen Patrol, who is 49. And then, of course, our daughter was there, which is younger but very high intellect. Jada was talking about old bitch shit with old bitches, okay? Let me tell you something. When you are with somebody, okay, for a long time, and when you get older, and when things change, sex may not always be the same. Jada was talking about how she has been married to Will since she was 22. And she is now 50. And so what she needed at 22 is not the same thing she needs at 50. Maybe at 22, I needed a little bit more of the wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Now at 50, I need a little bit more romance. I need a little bit more caressing. Things change. Furthermore, they've been married since 22. That's 30. That's a stretch of 30 plus years together. On top of that, this woman is 50. She's mature, okay? Gwen, another woman that is mature. Gammy, who's on there, mature. So they're able to talk and resonate and understand each other and have these conversations And the people that understand it tune in and be like, yes, Jada, yes, Gwen, yes, Grammy, because y'all are talking about it. The people that don't understand it, just log off. Just log off. Just log off. Don't pay attention. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Go on. And if you don't understand it, don't worry. Give yourself about 20, 30 years. If you can keep a man. And it'll happen to you too. Okay? Like, there is no need for people to constantly drag the relationship that Jada and this man got. Because they got it. They got it. They've been married for 30 years. Y'all need to stay out of these people's business. First of all, the men that I seen talking about it, I was like, weren't you just on Chicago Shade Room about being an undercover brother? Like, didn't I just see you on Jack? You know, and then the girls I seen talking about it was like, Jada, see, and he a good man. And bitch, that's the same thing people say about your baby daddy. He's a good man, but don't know he at the house beating your ass every night. So, like, sis, we don't know what goes on behind those people closed doors. We just don't. And that's just what it is. Nevertheless, that's all the time I have for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Library Podcast. Tune in every Thursday, 8:55 p.m. Central Time. I love y'all. Good night. Peace, love, and of course, hair grease, because I need some. And if y'all know a hair braider, tell them call me because I need my hair braided.